Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. So with that said, for all of you that did pledge as a part of my Kickstarter, I just want to say a massive thank you so much for helping me smash the target. Thanks to you guys. It really does mean a lot. With that as well, if you would like to, if you've ever wanted to get an FLP session, with me, here's your chance to get one of those with even more added to it. The winter solstice alignment session on the 21st of December. 21st is going to be a big deal anyway, right? Because of all that's taking place on that day. So if you want to be there, hit the link in the description box to get your seat. So with that said, before we start, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So with that said, or rather with those blessed, should I say, on the 14th, we have that eclipse that is taking place in your sign. This is a very big moment for you, whether you're a sun, moon, or ascendant. This is a big moment for you, right? This is a personal new beginning or a fresh start. I remember when the eclipses were bouncing back and forth between Leo and Aquarius. It was a really interesting time, and so much of my life has changed since then. So I can definitely attest, and I can definitely tell you that things are going to get big, fast, and very, very different from here on in. And in true fashion as well, look at that. The tarot mirrors this, because your key to the week is the Temperance card, which is literally the card that represents your sign. So what this tells me is that this isn't just a week where you can be yourself. It's a week where you can tap into the energy of alignment and also personal illumination. This is a moment where you can really find peace with who you are and ultimately what your life's goal or mission is from here on in. This is a very powerful week for you. This is a very powerful energy. Now remember, eclipses don't just happen on the day and then that's it, it's done. It's something that as a process unfolds. And again, I can definitely attest to that. So pay attention to what comes up this week, because it's going to give you some hints and clues and tips on how to traverse this energy. For your actions and options this week, you have the Three of Swords. What are you prepared to let go of, right? What is it that you're releasing this week? What is it that you are now ready to let go of? What is it that you are ready to kind of just... The Three of Swords for me, I always see it as something that needs to be removed or let go of. But it's usually a conscious decision, something that you decide, right, I'm making a cut here. And this is in your actions and options. This is you choosing to let something go. It's you choosing to allow something to perish or allow something to be removed from your life, or maybe actively doing it yourself. For your communications and conversations, you have the Hierophant card. Now this is really, really interesting to me, and we're going to delve into why. The Temperance card, your card, is number 14. 1 and 4 gives you 5. The direct opposite to it then in the zodiac or in the tarot wheel is the Hierophant, right? So this is the outer order, right? It's the order and the chaos that is life. And then you have the Temperance card, which is where you find peace. It's where you balance the inner and the outer realms in order to create the things that you want. Now, the thing that comes up here for me is when it comes to your communication, this is a time to speak to your boss, your superiors, the institutions that you are a part of. This is a moment where this week you might decide, actually, you know what, I'm ready to ascend. And if you haven't been getting that message from your boss or from your people, from your colleagues, from, the people that work for you, if you have your own company or your own business, this is a time where you may need to assert your, dominance is a really bad word for this, but this may be a time where you need to assert yourself or your ideals more than any other time, ever, let's say. This is a really powerful week, especially because it's literally the week that comes right before the Great Conjunction. you know, the universe doesn't make mistakes. I truly believe that. There's no such thing as a mistake. There's no such thing as a coincidence. It's all cycles and patterns. And this would be one that you really want to pay attention to. For your money and materials, you have the Page of Swords. Look at this. This is like, if you haven't got plans for meetings with the boss or with shareholders, this would be a week to have conversations about where you see yourself going, about where you see yourself, 5-10 years from now, about how you want to make more money. Now, this falls underneath your Three of Swords there as well, so it's not all light and fluff. A part of this that may be tempered, if you're going to go to that next level, you might need to recognize where you're going to have to let go of the one that you're currently on, right? You can keep one foot in both worlds, but you can't put one foot on one level and one foot on another level. That's instability. You see, that's why this figure is trying to do the whole balancing thing, or the blending between things. So this week you might come to the realization that in order to get to that next level, you're going to have to step off of the one that you're on so that you can start to blend things in that place. This really feels for me like whatever new skills, understanding or knowledge that you've gained, now is the time to start putting them into action. When it comes to your health and vitality, look after your melon and your noggin this week. You know, there could be just a lot going on mentally, and you might really feel it in that space. And then for your home and environment, it just, I think you're another sign, we're holiday season, it makes sense, but I think you're just another sign that's going to be really busy this week. And as such, just be sure to preserve and conserve some of your own energies. For your love and relations, you have the Six of Pentacles. If you are thinking about collaborating or working with family or somebody that is like family, this would be a really good week for you to consider what that actually looks like, what the long-term implications are. It's a week for you to make sure as well, if you're going to work with or collaborate with family, friends that are like family, or people that are friends. We've all heard the horror stories of it going horribly wrong, and I don't feel that has to be the case all the time. It's just about being very clear at this moment in the inception what you actually want, what you actually expect, and really set those boundaries out. And if you can, make them firm, make them legally binding, make them official, have people bear witness to the fact that this is what we're doing, this is what I'm putting in, this is what you're putting in. As long as it's done in that way, no matter what happens, everybody's aware. There's just one thing, and it's not that I see it going pear-shaped later down the line. I just think sometimes that's what kind of makes people either ante up or pull out. When they realize, okay, this is real and I'm going to be held accountable, that will show you and them whether they truly are or aren't invested or not. Just something to consider. For those of you that are single, there could be somebody at work, maybe. One thing that you do need to be aware of here as well, for a select few of you, and this is the ones of you who you kind of know that your relationship's about to end, or maybe you're about to end it or whatever. This suggests to me that as one's going out the door, it's almost like you're bringing another one in. I'm not seeing cheating. I'm not seeing that here, and I would never condone that. But what I am seeing is the end of one relationship and almost like the immediate start of another. What I also see for those of you that are partnered in long-term relationships and that are, happy and committed, I think this is really nice. I think what you guys are effectively letting go of, like together or as a unit, is your ability to maybe allow other people's stuff to permeate too far into the home or into the relationship. And I think that's a really good thing, because it means that you guys are united in one front in releasing or removing something that is maybe not a good element for the relationship. So yeah, interesting. But it does look like a few of you will be becoming single this week, but by choice. And yeah, for those of you that are single, it could be somebody at work, but very likely as well, this could be somebody that is either from, you know, maybe a very different culture to you, or maybe a different religion to you. You know, maybe your religions are kind of opposed to each other, but you guys fight. It's almost like a Romeo and Juliet energy I get from this for the singles of you this week. So I'm intrigued to see how that plays out. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.